Merry Christmas, y'all. I know just about everyone and their mom knows about Home Alone. You know the one, where the little boy gets left behind by his family on Christmas, and then his house is conveniently robbed, so he casually sets up traps and gives the robbers belt to S and got them arrested, all in the same night. Except we're going to be talking about the best Home Alone, the one where they go to the greatest city of all time, which of course is New York. The movie starts with the entire family packing for their family trip to Florida for the holidays. And this is honestly a big downgrade, since in the first movie they was going to France. And it seems I'm not the only one thinking that, because the future YN himself, Kevin, wants no parts of Florida, that dirty estate. And then Kevin proceeds to record his uncle singing in the shower for whatever reason. Later that night, the family goes to church, where Kevin is performing his hit solo in the choir until his brother starts bullying him mid-performance, causing everyone in the audience to laugh like this was the funniest shit they saw in their life. I mean, look at this. Y'all is some glazers. But like I said, Kevin is an aspiring YN. He swung at his brother and knocked the whole damn choir over and chapowed the piano lady, or the pianist, whatever you call it, in the head. She probably got a concussion. This kid should have already been on the watch list from the first movie. He is a certified crash out. Now, his older brother copped a plea and gave this sorry ass apology like a bitch. While Kevin, you already know, he stayed 10 toes down and stood on business. He even called his whole family a bunch of idiots on his way out, because why are they going to Florida for Christmas? His mom followed after him upstairs and tried to give him a lecture, but bro's just like me. He wasn't having any of it. He straight up told his mom that his brother can go F himself and that his whole family ain't shit. He went to bed and they woke up the next morning to all go to the airport, but his family left him behind for the second year in a row, and he ends up getting on the wrong plane. The only good thing about it was that Kevin stole his dad's bag, and you already know that was not an accident. But it didn't matter, because now Kevin was in the best place to be, and that's in New York, which honestly is the best place for Kevin with all the crash outs and thugs there. It's the perfect fit for someone with his kind of talent. Then after that, we get this weak ass Full House ass intro montage while Kevin runs around doing New York stuff. After he was done exploring, Kevin took his dad's money and checked into the most expensive hotel in the city, which happened to also be harboring a future convicted felon. So do you see my point now? As he settles in, the hotel employees start to notice something's wrong. But regardless, Kevin gets up the next day to go toy shopping. And while he's out there, he donates to charity. But the kid is still a menace. Right after leaving, he runs into the same ops he almost killed in the first movie. But Kevin is not with that 2v1 shit, so he hits the jets and somehow outran these two grown men. He even had time to cop fake pearls for the low. And if you've been in the city, you know they be 10 deep selling all the Temu chains. But Kevin ain't want them weak ass pearls. He dropped them on the floor, had them boys spinning and dropping like they done ran over a banana peel. How can you even be this clumsy? Once Kevin gets back to the hotel, he got caught stealing all his dad's money, and now the hotel employees are onto him too. But this dude Kevin was a professional YN. He damn near trained himself. Look at this. How did he learn how to do that? He just did a slide cancel. I wouldn't want no smoke with anyone like this. He's only 10. He escapes the hotel, but his ops managed to catch him anyway. And instead of getting any get back, they start telling Kevin that they about to hit a lick on the same toy store that he just donated to. And Kevin don't play about his money, so he doesn't even fight back. He just gets this random blonde lady to chapow both of them because, I mean, it's Kevin. Like, just look at him, bro. Like, he got all his members in every place, every city, every state. His ops was too scared to continue pressing him, so they ran. But Kevin remembered that he had a cool uncle that stays out in New York, a true OG, so he headed over to his house for more protection. But his uncle had already left the crib. So Kevin walked through Central Park, met this kind of weird lady, but she was cool though, you know, like she had like a pigeon obsession because I guess a guy broke her heart as a kid. And Kevin basically told her like, damn, you stupid as fuck. And then she told him, you right, don't be like me and go do something with your life. So Kevin embraced the true power of the YN, snuck into his uncle's house to set up a bunch of deadly traps because he has now convinced himself he has to stop the ops from robbing all the donation money. We know Kevin is a tier 3 sub for the toy store, but after he was done setting the traps, he had to catch them thugs. Kevin caught them in the act of robbing the store, and he snapped a little cute photo for Instagram. But then after that, he threw a rock through the window to set off the alarm, meaning that they had no choice but to chase him down. And this is when we see the first moment of our YN in action, since he set up this seesaw-ass trap, launching this dude in the air and land flat on the roof of a car. Do you know how heavy a motherfucker gotta be to send you launching into a car? How is he not dead? Kevin then proceeds to snap another photo of this man's broken back. And if all of this happened today, it will be on every New York IG blog post account. This is next level get back. Kevin gets back in the house and then gets on the roof, and you're not gonna believe this shit. They follow him back to the house. This kid starts hurling Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes level passes at these thugs. He wasn't throwing footballs, he was throwing bricks. And y'all think this is some innocent 10-year-old. He could have just called the police or literally done anything else, but he's fighting back. He really trying to take these goons off the map. One of them tries to open the front door and gets a nail gun shot into his rear end. He turns around, gets another one in the ball sack, and then another in the face. Bro got lit up with bricks and nails. Kevin did literal construction on this dude. He was really trying to get the job done. The other goon tried to go through the back, but Kevin slimed out the fire escape already, and bro slipped and busted his ass in the same back he fell through a car in. So either his back was made of titanium plates or he got a BBL. Somehow the dude with a nail in his ass manages to bust through the front door but falls through the most obvious hole in the ground. I know he caught a few bricks to the face, but you cannot be this blind. One finds a back door, and after kicking it down, he gets boomed in the head with a bag of wrenches, while his partner gets up only to find himself slipping through slime into a shelf that falls on the top of his fucking head, covering him in paint. He literally got slimed out and took a whole cabinet down with him. And yes, I know these dudes have names, but am I wrong to just be calling them thugs? When Paint Thug goes to wash himself off, Kevin had plugged up a generator to the sink. Literal war crimes were committed in this movie. And then he proceeds to shock the hell out of this dude when he went to turn on the sink, frying his whole body like a damn chicken. Bro turned into a skeleton for a whole few seconds and came back to life all in one cycle. Other dude starts walking around the house like shit sweet and goes to turn on a light, which he didn't even need. It was not dark in there. And of course, Kevin had a makeshift flamethrower hooked to a light switch as he burned this guy's scalp clean off. And then he proceeds to do a gymnastic Gabby Douglas as pose into a toilet bowl, which causes an explosion in the house. And you're trying to tell me no one is hearing any of this? I mean, I know it's New York, but like an explosion? Is you dead ass? After Kevin cooked both of them, the punishment was just getting started. Paint Thug tries to go up a rope he thought would go upstairs. He gets smacked with 100 pounds of straight flour, turning old boy into a literal ghost. He still somehow manages to climb his way out of the basement, and the goons run upstairs and get hit with a metal pole. How the fuck did he pick up a metal pole? It don't even matter actually. He sent them flying about 50 feet back down into the basement. Them BBL parachutes is changing lives. As they make their way back upstairs, they try to open the door, but on the other end, Kevin sent down an entire big ass rolling box of tools, crashing them right into the wall. It was no mercy for them. They got squashed like two damn roaches. Kevin escapes the house through the roof, and as they try to follow him down the rope, he gon' set the rope on fire with them still on it. They fall all the way back down and get splashed in gasoline. So Kevin took smoking the ops a little too literally, because I'm not gonna lie, after earlier I thought for sure he was gonna burn them alive. But to make matters even crazier, Kevin still called the firefighters out of respect for his uncle's crib. Now I won't lie, they do deserve this because they was trying to steal from like a donation, you know what I'm saying? But damn. But he did all of this for nothing, because while Kevin was running away, he slipped on some damn ice. And these BBL bandits caught up to bro, snatched him up, and took him to the park? Bro, I love Kevin, but if I was them, after all of that, I would have just finished the job, real talk. They pull out the gun on Kevin, but the pigeon lady comes just in time to save him. The ops gun jams up, and she then throws a big bucket of birdseed on them, as every pigeon in New York from every borough and every set collectively jumps these goons for every seed on their skin. You know, it had a little bit of gas with it, and I'm sure the pigeons was gassed as hell off that BBL bandit pack. Just to finish it all off, Kevin lights fireworks just so the cops can come to collect the goons. This is some S tier get back. Going out like this to a kid who probably got a spelling bee tomorrow would have brought me generational shame to even show my face back in prison if I was them.
We're no longer the wet bandits. We're the sticky bandits!
Nah, y'all the BBL bandits.
Despite all the heinous acts committed by this kid tonight, he still offered the dude at the toy store money to fix the window he broke to set off the alarm earlier. So yeah, I might have been a little wrong about this YN, but it doesn't change a thing. This kid is in the wrong field. He should already be in the military by now. Kevin's mom got a spider sense, I guess, from the New York air, and realizes that her son is at the big tree in the city, just waiting for his mom at this point, because he essentially accomplished everything in New York. He became friends with a hobo, he lived in a penthouse, he fought off his ops, Now all bro wants is his mom. He and his family reunite and they go back to the hotel where Kevin finally gets some damn respect for putting up with all his family's bull. And the movie ends here with Kevin successfully surviving New York. Honestly, this movie was a solid 10 out of 10 growing up, and it still is now. Kevin caught about 3 bodies in this one movie, and one of them was in a church. And even though that does make him a menace, this might be the greatest YN to ever enter New York, and he ain't even an N. All in all, Kevin was a good kid. Not only did he save the toy store, but he saved the donations. And it was against 2 of the weakest thugs I've ever seen. All I know is I'd never want to be on this kid's bad side after seeing the atrocities thrown at these middle-aged men by a 10-year-old. Hope y'all have a great Christmas, and please watch out for these YNs before you, yes you, end up with a nail gun right in your ass.